Hey guys, this is me, man. Actually, I'm bringing you guys a brand new episode of Digimon Adventure for the PSP. In this episode, we're gonna start Chapter 9, which is named... if I can find it. I think it's named Yukidarumon's Iceberg. Iceberg, I mean. Oh, Taichi, you're so stupid. Who would think that a bloody firing fireball at you would make you warmer? That's dumb. So as we saw in the last episode, the gang has been split up. So this is a solo mission. You are just here with Agumon. You must trek to the next area and find your friends. So that's pretty much the objective for today's episode. So it's not really, you can't really get lost. There are some items around, and you should be alright, to be honest. It's here where I start to do a bit of grinding. So as you'll see later on, there is a Shellmon up ahead, and I actually use the Shellmon to grind a bit, and I'll point out where I start grinding. But I haven't done an episode in a while. That's because I've kind of been a bit lazy, and now that it's holidays, I'm finally able to get back and record some of this game for you guys. So yeah, this will not die. This will be continued, and hopefully I'm going to try and upload every day of the holiday. So that's going to be a little task for me. But yeah, this area is where I used to grind. As you can see, I save here, and I actually cut out a bit of grinding because I go back and I go fight the Shermon that we fought before previously in that smaller area. He will keep returning, and he actually gives off about 400 experience, and I grind up to level 18. So that's exactly what I do. And I also use the speed up feature of this emulator that I'm currently using to make it a bit faster. But here we are. This is Frigimon, and he is randomly attacking us for no goddamn reason. So this is Frigimon. He's incredibly easy, ridiculously easy. I mean, he is incredibly weak to fire attributes moves, and luckily Greymon has Mega Flame, which is a fire attribute move. So look how much damage it did, like 2,000 damage right there. No, it was like 20,000 damage. And look, I'm so high leveled. This guy isn't even touching me, so he's ridiculously easy. I do recommend like grinding a bit before you actually come up here. So I do recommend going up to at least level 18. Between level 18 and level 20 is your best bet, especially for later on, because it does get tougher. As you can see, I get a bit cocky and just use the second move instead of just spamming Mega Flames all the way, but it got the trick done. It did everything. So as you can see, I was level 18 for that match, when originally I was like level 16. So this is actually one of the few areas where you're going to need to grind, but grinding takes a while. It took me about half an hour to grind up to level 18, which is quite bad. It's actually both parts, both this episode and the next episode, actually took me like an hour, because You may be only seeing 18 minutes, but it actually took me like half an hour to do each part because I was grinding in between and stuff like that. And this is actually the second time that I'm actually recording this because the first time there was no sound, so I couldn't let myself get away with that. So here you got a very important choice to make. The first choice allows you to stay in the area and you can train up a little bit more, and the second option allows you to move on to the next chapter, which is Matt's chapter, which is episode 9B. Yeah, so this chapter is actually split into like 3 parts, so hopefully we'll be doing all 3 of them in these next parts. Actually, we do the entirety of episode 9 in this part, so as I said, everyone is split and Matt is trying to find his little brother, so we must trek across the icy path. Icy, what? Why am I sounding bloody Irish there? But it's at this point in the game where you'll be meeting a lot of these enemies that have stars upon their names, right next to their names. These star enemies are actually much stronger than their weaker counterparts that we met earlier on, and they are actually much tougher. But they are pretty easy because you have all your adult forms at this point, so you should be pretty okay when it comes to that point. So yeah, that's pretty much what I need to say for this area. But I do grind later on as well in this area just to get Gabumon up to Aguma's level. So, but I do that much later on. But as you can see, Matt is desperately trying to find his brother because there's actually a bit of backstory between him and his brother. Look how short that part was. That was ridiculously short. But there's actually a reason why Matt is so like devoted to his brothers, because at home they're actually split up. Their mother and father are actually split up. I think they're divorced or something, and Matt went with his father and TK went with his mother, and so they hardly ever see each other. That's why he's so overprotective, because he feels like he's going to lose his brother at any point. And it's actually quite sad, you know. Yeah, it's a cave, nothing's there, we know, game. I don't know why it does that. But right now, Matt is extremely distraught, and Gabumon is trying to be nice and make him happy again. And Yamato does a very stupid thing and runs out into the icy cold wind, even though he's already sick. Okay, I'm kind of ruining this heartfelt moment between Matt and Garumon, so I'm gonna shut up.
Yamato! 体中が冷え切っている。このままじゃ凍え死んじゃうよ。こうなったら俺の毛皮を誰も見てないよね。もう具合大丈夫？
ずっと俺を温めてくれていたのか。
あれ、おかしいな。
俺の代わりに風邪をひいたのか。ごめんな。でもすっかり良くなったよ。
あ、いや、照れるな。おい、や チの声だ。
よくここが分かったな。
これからどうする？
決まってるだろ。みんなを探すんだ。
So we are finally reunited with Taiji, and this is a part where I start to grind. So I save here and do a sneaky little edit, and I grind. There's actually a Shellmon nearby, and he gives off 400 experience for every single attack you use. So yeah, I recommend grinding up to level 18 with Gabumon, so you should be on par. But what was I talking about? I might sound a bit different than I normally do. That's because I'm using Audacity instead of Camtasia's inbuilt narration tool that they have on their system. That's because it kind of sounds like I'm really loud, and it kind of sounds really distorted and horrible, and I don't really like it that much. But instead of going the way of plot, I decided to go the way of being explorer and go up here, and there's actually some extra items. There's like about 3 Shellmon and 1 in each little area, so you should at least battle each one of them. I'm not battling them now because I have grinded enough, so right now I'm just dodging every single one of them. And the biggest threats in this area are definitely the Star Digimon, because they can catch you off guard. Like the Betamon, it actually caused in one case it actually caused me to get a game over, and I don't think I have explained how game overs work in this game. Usually you just get sent back to the stage in normal games, but in this game you are sent back to the title screen and you have to start from wherever you last saved, which is actually kind of a bad thing, especially for me who doesn't save that often. But in this case I save a lot because in case something fucks up or something like that, I don't want it to affect how everything works. I don't want to like go through everything again, so but I give Gabumon the SP boost because I feel he's better. But I think around here I start like messing around with some of the Digi pieces. But levels are really important in this game, more important than Digi pieces, because being high level meaning that you can take a hell of a lot more hits, and the Digi pieces are just like little add-ons, just in case you just don't have the power to use it. But I changed my mind and decided to give Gabumon back his speed boost, and actually give Palmon the SP boost, because Palmon doesn't have a lot of SP by itself, so and I also give Paramon something, because it's Paramon, because I haven't used Paramon in battle a lot because it kind of sucks, and it's the only Digimon that hasn't fully digivolved, but we'll see how that works later on. Not spoiling anything for you guys. But if we move on to the next scene, it should be around the time that we're going to have to face off against the boss of this area. And now that we have both Matt and Taiji together, it should be a hell of a lot more easier.
Yamato, それよりもこの島がどこに向かっているか気にならないか？
それより
デビモンが言っていた海の向こうの世界、そこに向かってるんじゃないかって。
みんなを探すことより大事なことなんてあるのかよ。
海 海の向こうの世界に行けばみんなと会える方法が見つかるかもしれないだろ
タケルがいない今の俺の気持ちお前に分かるはずがないよな。
う。なんだとかな。やめてよ。
Violence in my Digimon game? I probably should talk about what they're fighting about. Basically, they're having a fight about like what they're doing. Matt wants to find the others, and Taichi wants to, or Tai wants to find, go back to Infinity Mountain. Think that everybody would be there, but random boss monster appeared. You know it's a boss monster because he's the one that's different. But thanks to that act of friendship, we got a rank up. I think you get 2 rank ups in this episode, which is actually kind of nice, and doesn't make the biggest difference later on. But here's the battle against Mojyamon. I don't know what his name is. He's a big yeti. Anyway, this guy, he's a bit tougher than Freezing, of course. He does not go down pretty easily to a few mega flares, but he does go down pretty easily. I'm just contradicting myself. Of course he goes down. Look how pathetic his attack is. Look at that. It's just only 100 damage. That's pathetic. Get the hell out of here, Mojyamon, whatever your freaking name is, with your boomerang. Anyway, this guy isn't that tough. If you have grinded like me, you should be completely alright. And what also helps is that sometimes you can get those friendship attack things where you can get an extra attack on your opponent. And yeah, so this battle is pretty easy. I find that a lot of bosses in this game are actually pretty easy if you just spam the same attack over and over again. And if you're pretty high level, which I am. But we've got the black gears here, and we must destroy them. So this is pretty much near the end of the episode. Frigimon just basically says they have found where the others are around, so they decide to go back to the Infinity Island. So it's pretty much nearing the end of the episode. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and next time we're going to be starting episode 10. So until then, this has been me, Man Action, signing off. Peace.